Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series action here, hosted live on NASCAR Heat 5 and broadcasted flag to flag for you on the NASCAR Series Racing YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. We are gathered for round 27 of the 2023 Platinum Cup season. We're here for the Motor City 400 at Michigan. Round 27 of the season, therefore, it is the second to last race of the regular season. A lot of these drivers looking to capture a win and punch their ticket into the postseason and go for this championship. And you can see the level of urgency is already through the roof here in stage one. They are 3 wide all the way through the field, now settling back down to 2 by 2 for the most part. And up front, it is the points leader Aaron Garcia in the 24, side by side with the 3 of Dustin Franklin for the race lead. The number 12 of Harold Burden is on the pole for this race. We're working stage one with about 8 laps to go in stage one. I am NASCAR CEO and founder Tyler McMurder, along with my in-race reporter, the former NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion, 2-time Platinum Cup Series race winner. That is Alex Tesdahl in the 17. He got his very first career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win here at Michigan International Speedway back in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. Alex, thanks a bunch for joining us. We see you have your hands full, but we got to ask you, how is it out there? It looks wild from up here.
Yeah, it's pretty wild out here, but overall the car handles decently. It's just kind of stuck in the hornet's nest right now.
You're locked into the playoffs based on points. You got 7th in the point standings coming into this race, 1 playoff point, so no worries there. Mostly just hunting for playoff points at this juncture, at this stage of the season. Good luck to you from here.
Thank you. We got a wrecking 4.
Yes, we do. There's this, I believe it was the 51 of Ethan Hoekstra up there in the NOSSCAR color machine. And no caution, solo car crash. There was a couple cars that were involved, I think, but they all kept it pointed in the right direction, and we stay green.
Another wrecking 2, 3. We gathered it up, though.
Action all over this racetrack, and before we began the broadcast, we saw a couple of big crashes early in this race, and since then, kind of toned it down a tiny bit, but the level of urgency has been sky high ever since the green flag was waved here this evening. Drivers from 3 countries represented in tonight's race. Contact between Alex Tesdahl and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Jeffrey went down and clipped the 7 of Rush Downing, and Rush goes for a slide through pit road. Heavy damage to the front end.
Caution's out.
Wow. And a tough break for the former NASCAR Outlaw Series race winner on Wreckfest. Rush Downing getting damage there. No stage points for him either. And I think that the 24 of Aaron Garcia has actually had a connection issue, an engine failure here in the world of sim racing, and he might be off the track and done for the day. We'll confirm with Alex here in just a moment.
It says he's in last place, but on the lead lap.
Let me know when we go back green if he ends up pitting or not. You might be able to see him hit the pit button or not, and if you don't, that might be a sign that he's not here anymore. We're under caution, and that's the end of stage one. Back into the restart zone we go. Trey Hollywood and Connor Brown, the front row. Aiden Cody, Josh Colm-Diaz, Emily Seri, the Canadian driver, with Timmy Brown in the 13, who announced his retirement at the end of this season. We are green for stage 2. And I don't see the 24 on the track, so unless it's a connection issue on our end, yeah, he's still parked on pit road.
There is a car on pit road on the map.
That is a shame. So the points leader, 9 wins for Aaron Garcia this season, off the racetrack and done for the day with an engine failure here in the world of sim racing. And that opens the door wide open for a new face in victory lane, or at least a driver that doesn't often park it in victory lane compared to the driver of the 24. And then, of course, the 2023 Motormaster champion and truck champion this year in Heat 5. We got a spin deep in the field. It was Ethan Hoekstra in the 51. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. retaliated on Alex Tesdahl, put him up into the wall, and we're going to have a caution here in stage 2. Throwing it over to Alex Tesdall. Would you call it intentional? Kind of looked like he came up to you.
Yeah, that was retaliation.
10-4. And a couple of cars now deep in the field with damage. They're going to need to come to pit road and get some repairs done. Alex in the 17, one of them, and the 51 of Ethan Hoekstra is another. But now we see that Ethan is actually parked on pit road, and he might be done for the night. It was a great night for the youngster, this year's NASCAR Novice Cup Series champion Ethan Hoekstra, capturing his first career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win just last week. Wild 3-wide pass on the final lap going into turn 3. And here we go, guys. Connor Brown, Aiden Cody, Sean Lucas, and Razor Boy in the 19 car, making his first start in the Platinum Cup Series in quite a long time. The first one of the season, that's for sure. And we are green again. We're working stage 2 of the Motor City 400. 18 drivers started the race, 16 of them left on the racetrack, and all of them still on the lead lap with a chance to win this one. It's the second to last regular season race here in the 2023 Platinum Cup season on NASCAR Heat 5. A lot of these drivers looking to gain those valuable playoff points, punch their ticket into the postseason, and seed themselves a little bit higher and make those rounds a little easier without getting eliminated. They're bouncing off each other. They were 4 wide for a moment. Timmy Brown is going to go through the grass. Comes back up onto the track safely, avoided contact with everybody, but it was Rush Downing in the 7 car that got really nervous when the 13 was coming back on the track, and he swerved up into Alex Tesdall in the 17. Action all over this racetrack, battles all over this racetrack from the lead group all the way to the tail of the field. Connor Brown still leads. Aiden Cody in the 53 car, the pink and black Chevy Camaro. We're trying to make a move to the outside. And now they're 3 wide for the race lead. Dustin Franklin is going for it all the way up on the far top side of the racetrack. He got a great run. Connor Brown had a great exit coming out of turn 2 as well. He decided to go up and take the outside lane away, but now he's going to need to make that 78 car as wide as he can, but it's too late. Dustin Franklin is there with a nose out front through 3 and 4. Trey Hollywood providing the draft help up on the outside with the 3 car, and now he's going to pull to the outside of Dustin Franklin. Dustin leads that lap by a bumper, but they're 3 wide still for the race lead. Teammates helping each other down on the inside. Aiden Cody gave a good push to Connor Brown. Now they're 5 wide in turns 1 and 2. Rush Downing in the 17 and the 17 of Alex Tesdall bouncing off each other a little bit deeper in the field. Going to keep our cameras up here on the lead battle. Dustin Franklin way up towards the outside wall in 3 and 4. I don't think that was by choice. I think he lost the handle of that Camaro. And now Trey Hollywood emerges with the race lead. He's going to lead his first lap of this race. Great action. Oh, contact there between the 53 and the 3, and then contact between the 53 and the 14. And then there was more between the 3 and the 53. They got it going again. Nobody crashed there, but some spots were lost for Aiden Cody and Dustin Franklin. They are now outside of the top 10. Drivers from 3 different countries represented in tonight's race here. The Motor City 400 at Michigan. And the Canadian driver, Emily Seri, has worked her way inside the top 10. There she goes in the 62. Making a move to the inside of Connor Brown. She's going to take that position, and I don't think that Connor knew she was there. He swerved a little bit. And I think once he noticed she was there, he swerved again and lost a bit of control. Tapped to the outside wall and lost all his momentum. Emily Seri staying right there with the lead pack in their draft. He's found his way back to the front, folks. Harold Burden in the 12 on the pole for this race. Locked into the playoffs, sitting in the top 5 in the point standings coming into this race. He's got a number of stage wins this season. 6 playoff points in total heading into the postseason. And there's a crash. I think we have some connection issues here. Some lagging is happening, I believe. In the 60...
2 cars just like lagged out, it looked like.
Uh-oh, the 62 and 22 crashed into each other down near the exit of pit road. We're going to scroll through the field a little bit, see if anyone else is out at this race, and it doesn't appear that anybody else is. I think the dots you might have saw on your map were simply those 2 that were crashed near the exit of pit road.
I saw 2 disappear in front of me. I thought they lagged out. Maybe it was just a connection thing.
I think it might have been just a connection thing. As of now, 16 cars left on the racetrack. 18 started the race. All 16 of them on the lead lap with a chance to win the Motor City 400 at Michigan. But now here in Stage 2, for the first time in this race, we are beginning to experience some connection issues. It has settled down a little bit now, but for a moment it really boggled the field up, and now Sean Lucas in the 22 is coming to pit road to repair the damage that he suffered during those connection spikes. Because of these connection spikes, instead of having about a 12 or 14 car lead pack battling 2 and 3 wide, everybody is quite spread out now, with Harold Burden in the 12 leading the race with about a 15 to 20 car length advantage over second place running Jordan Roughton in the number 8. Jordan has a win this season. Excuse me, no he doesn't. Has a second place finish this season. Just behind him, Trey Hollywood in the 20. Has a win this season, locked into the playoffs, comes into this race 5th in the point standings. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 car scored in 4th. Comes into this race based on points, locked into the playoffs. Emily Sari, the Canadian driver, now on pit road to repair her damage. Great to see Beam SKP back in a NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series race. There he is. 2-time NOSSCAR Tailgate Truck Series race winner and a former NOSSCAR Daytona Beach 500 winner here in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series. Driver out of France. Very talented sim racer, always had great results during those qualifying rounds back when the Pro League was still active on the NASCAR Heat games. Especially on the road courses, but he's good everywhere. Connor Brown has been on and off pit road for service. He's going to gather it back up and merge back onto the track safely just behind your race leader. We've got 2 cars kind of inside of each other here. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9 and Alex Tesdall in the 17. Now they're no longer inside of each other. They're back 2 by 2 going back down the back straightaway. Definitely some connection issues going on out there, and there you see again, they're driving through one another, throwing it down to the in-race reporter, Alex Tesdall, driving that number 17 Ford Mustang. He's a former Platinum Cup race winner here at this track. Alex, what did it look like on your screen for you when you were battling the 9? Oh, we don't have a copy.
You got me?
Oh, we got you now.
Okay. Well, yeah, he wasn't actually, like, we weren't actually driving through each other. He was just to my inside, but lagging.
Interesting. Yeah, there's, every now and then it does decide to spike. It's calmed down now compared to what it was just a little bit ago. We still have Harold Burden leading. Sean Lucas just took his lap back, so did Connor Brown in the 78 car. They have fresher tires than the 12, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of drivers came to pit road about a lap or 2 ago. And we should report to the viewers at home that the 19 of Razor lost control at the entrance to pit road, lost some valuable track time there, spun out before he was able to slow the car down and get it to his pit stall. He's rolling again, and we are still green. And it appears we have 3 cars done for the day. Landon Jenkins is the latest to join those cars that are completely out of this one. Emily Sari back on to pit road in the 62. Beam SKP in the 14, driver out of France, comes to pit road for service.
This race is so weird. Like, everyone in front of me on my screen is a ghost right now.
Yeah, this is interesting.
I I can't tell where anyone actually is, so like I don't want to accidentally take someone out. This is not fun.
Yeah, and it's a shame too, because we had a great race going there. The viewers at home, I'm sure, were loving life. It was a 3 and 4 wide battle from first all the way back to about 13th. It was one big pack that you could throw a blanket on top of, and now everybody's spread out trying to avoid each other and avoid the connection issues. Nevertheless, it's Harold Burden, the pole sitter for this race, number 12 Ford Mustang from Brett Baker Racing. He's leading the field, and he's looking for his very first career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series victory. He has a win in the Motormaster Series in those Xfinity cars. He has wins in the Truck Series and the Legend Series, but he's never won a NASCAR Platinum Cup Series race. He even holds a NASCAR win in the NASCAR X2 Series, which was hosted back on NASCAR 15 Victory Edition. He's won in a lot of different places. He's been in NASCAR for about 5 years now, nearly 6, and he would love to park it in victory lane here tonight for the Motor City 400 at Michigan. This might be the best run he's had in quite some time, maybe ever, when it comes to the NASCAR Platinum Cup Series. He's led the most laps here in Stage 2, that is for sure. Now he's going to surrender the lead and come to pit road. Lots of scheduled green flag pit stops happening. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. leaves his pit stall and rejoins the racetrack. Looked like Dustin Franklin in the 3 car came to pit road. This hands the lead over to Jordan Roughton, the driver of the number 8 Chevy Camaro. He's also looking for
Timmy Brown's the leader.
Oh, 10-4, thank you. And this is why we have an in-race reporter, former NASCAR Novice Cup champion, Alex Tesdall. The retiring Timmy Brown, the driver of the 13 Chevy Camaro, he is currently scored your race leader. He announced his retirement at the conclusion of the 2023 NASCAR Platinum Cup Series season. Former Brickyard 200 winner in the NASCAR Motormaster Series back in 2018. He's also a former NASCAR Outlaw Series race winner on Wreckfest. Made the playoffs a handful of times in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career here on NASCAR Heat 5. And he's likely going to do it again here in 2023. He holds the 16th and final playoff spot coming into the Motor City 400 at Michigan. He's got the lead right now, and we'll throw it down to in-race reporter Alex Tesdall. Alex, how many laps do you have remaining on your charts here for Stage 2?
7 to go.
10-4, and we're going to ask you a little bit about the fuel situation that you think Timmy Brown is in. Is there any chance that he's going to make it to the end of this stage?
I don't see it, but I guess it's not impossible if he somehow found a way to save 3-4 laps.
I was just about to ask, that was my next question. So it's 3 or 4 laps he's going to need to save in order to make it. I don't see it happening. The speed difference would be a lot greater if he was trying to make it. And there you see him. He's coming to pit road for his scheduled pit stop here in Stage 2. Got some great camera time there before he came.
I mean, the fact that he was able to inherit the lead off, the pit cycle shows he has probably good enough pace to run top half of the field.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Don't count out Timmy Brown in that 13 before the end of this one. We'll get an update from in-race reporter Alex Tesdall on who the new race leader is whenever he sees it change.
The 8 car.
All right. And so by my view here, Jordan Roughton in the number 8 Chevy Camaro is your new race leader. He's got Trey Hollywood in the 20 Toyota right behind him, scored in 2nd. And then it is your pole sitter, Harold Burden in the 12, running in 3rd. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18 car runs in 4th. 18 drivers started the race, 16 drivers left on the racetrack, 15 drivers left on the racetrack. And I believe there's about 10 or 11 cars currently scored on the lead lap, but there's about 3 cars in danger of going a lap down, not too far in front of your race leader, Jordan Roughton. Jordan has a NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win, came last year. He's a Triple Crown winner here in NASCAR, and he's looking to get his first of the season here tonight at Michigan. Trey Hollywood just behind him. 3 career Platinum Cup Series wins for him. One this season. Looking to park it in victory lane for the 4th time in his Platinum Cup career. Harold Burden in the 12 is the feel-good story here. Looking for that first career NASCAR Platinum Cup Series win. So is Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in that 18 car running in 4th. They're both going to make the playoffs based on points, but they would love to capture that elusive first win. There's Dustin Franklin battling there with Razor. Not too far behind them is Josh Colm-Diaz in the 9, 2021 NASCAR Legend Series champion, Josh in the 9. And the 17 just in front of all of this battle here, Novice Cup champion Alex Tesdahl. And it looks to be a battle for the 6th position, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure Alex can confirm.
Yes, that is correct.
10-4. Beam SKP scored in 5th in the 14 car, not too far in front of this battle. Whoa, there was somebody stopped on the back straightaway. It looked like Jordan Roughton in the 8 car. Did you see that as well, Alex?
Yeah.
And
I couldn't tell who it was, but there was a car stopped.
It was Jordan Roughton in the 8. He was our race leader a moment ago. Who is it now? Trey Hollywood?
Yep.
Wow. And he's got Harold Burden all over his back bumper in that 12 car. This is the battle for the Stage 2 win. I don't know what happened to Jordan Roughton, but it looked like he had the Stage 2 win in the bag. Now it doesn't really look so good. I think that Harold Burden pit later than the 20 and the 8, and I think he was gradually catching them with his slightly fresher tires. And I think that if Harold can avoid these connection spiky issues from all the cars on the track, not just the 20 here, but if he can dodge the 20 and make the pass here somehow, I think he's got the faster car with those fresher tires, and he should be able to drive away a little bit.
I think the 20 and the 8 got the track position by taking no tires, because I took 2 and came out way behind them.
Interesting. I wonder what the 12 did. It was 2 or 4, in my opinion, because he does seem to have a very large speed difference over them. And now they're side by side, and it looks like
12
Harold
is scored as the leader.
Yeah, I think he's got him. It's hard to tell a little bit about from up here, Alex, because of the connection issues, but I do believe that what we're seeing on our screens now is 100% correct. There's no spiking right now. It's calmed down, and Harold Burden has about a 3 or 4 car length advantage over Trey Hollywood. And to the viewers at home, I am still sick. I don't know what this is. Starting to believe it's a virus, but I tested negative for COVID, so bear with me. I'm still here, but my voice is not the greatest, and I kind of sound like a robot. I can do the Roboto dance pretty well. And now the spiky connection issues beginning again here, but we only have a handful of laps left here in Stage 2. We'll confirm how many with Alex Tesdahl when he hits the line. He's coming to it now.
Oh, that's the end of the stage. I wasn't even aware myself.
Me either, don't worry. All good, my friend. And that's going to conclude the end of Stage 2. It's going to conclude Stage 2, rather. The green and white checkered flags were displayed. Harold Burden with another impressive stage win this season. That's his 7th playoff point. And I have lost connection to the lobby. All the cars went to the pits for me, so I would just like to...
Oh.
Yep. Don't forget screenshots of the top 10 for me.
Yep, I've already got it.
And I will be right back in to watch the race and bring the viewers at home live flag-to-flag coverage of the Motor City 400 at Michigan. I have several invites. The in-race reporter Alex Tesdall does great work.
Well, the ghost effect for the whole field has gone, so maybe that's progress.
One can only hope, my friend. I'm on my way back to the racetrack right now. We're going to finish this off in style. We might miss the restart for the beginning of the final stage, but we'll do the very best we can.
We have just taken the green flag, and the 22 leads us into turn 1.
All right, Trey Hollywood takes the race lead on the restart, and he clears them. Now they go down the back straightaway. Pardon me.
The leg's still here, but it's not the worst.
I think it'll be a lot better for Daytona because yours truly will be the host. I will be out there. And we have a crash on the racetrack on our screens. We have a caution. I believe that there's about 3 or 4 cars involved in this one. Alex, what did you see?
It was started due to leg spikes.
Oh, that's a shame. Emily Seri is in it. Sean Lucas is in it. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Beam SKP, and 1 or 2 others. So this was about a 5 or 6 car crash over on the, I believe, near the exit of turn 4. We're under caution in the final stage. We'll get an update about how many laps to go in the final stage whenever we restart. And we are back racing here for the Motor City 400 at Michigan. Contact on the restart. We're experiencing some major connection issues late in this race. Stage 1 was fantastic. Stage 2 went a little bit south towards the second half of it. And now in the final stage, it is a war. And it is all about survival. The field is now spread out. And it's Dustin Franklin leading the race with Harold Burden in the 12 in second. Landon Jenkins runs in third in the 77 car. Connor Brown, the 20 of Trey Hollywood, rather, is scored in fourth. Aiden Cody, Alex Tesdall, Josh Colm Diaz, Razor in the 19 car, and Sean Lucas, the rest of your top 10. Emily Seri, Jordan Roughton, Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Timmy Brown, 11th through 14th, and we are spiking and crashing again in turns 1 and 2. Emily Seri went around, Timmy Brown was involved, Jordan Roughton in the 8 was involved. And it's going to put us under a caution again here in the final stage. How many laps to go for us, Alex?
33 laps remaining.
This is a wild one. And after a promising start to this race, all kinds of battles for the lead and even for 10th and 12th, 13th place, 3 and 4 wide all race long now. Everybody's just kind of trying to dodge each other. And back to racing we go, into the restart zone, and across the start-finish line it is Dustin Franklin and Alex Tesdall leading the way, and a number of cars have dropped off my screen again, and I don't believe that what we're seeing is correct. I'm going to need to back out once more and take another invite. I apologize to the viewers at home.
On my screen, I'm leading, but I'm scored second. This is...
Yep, things are not good. On my screen, about half the field dropped out of the race, and I'm hoping that that's not...
there's a yellow.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's not truly what happened. That's good, that's good. I am on my way back in. And again, to the viewers at home, I have a feeling Daytona is going to be a whole lot better. You'll see the video upload later tonight on the YouTube channel. It'll be with my onboard view. I'll be driving the number 48 Chevy Camaro. And we have a situation here where one of the drivers in our race here tonight is out of the country of France, Beam SKP, and it turns out that the game automatically made him the host for this Michigan race once I backed out and allowed these drivers to continue on and go on out there and race. So we think Daytona will be better having a driver that's not overseas as the lobby host. And we are green again here at Michigan, and there they all go into the infield wall.
That's another caution.
That was the wildest thing I've seen in a while. Maybe other than the finish to the Stage 2 event there that you won. What track was that again?
New Hampshire.
That was insane. They were 6 wide and it just wasn't going to work. Well, going to get another restart. The laps are winding down in this one. So on the front row, we have Landon Jenkins and Razor leading them into the restart zone. We are green again for the Motor City 400 at Michigan here on NASCAR Heat 5. It is the second to last regular season race of the season. Daytona waits for us after this, and we got a big crash now on the restart, and we are under caution again. Connection issues really plaguing our event here tonight at Michigan. Stage 1 was beautiful. The first half of Stage 2 was gorgeous, and now the second half of Stage 2 and onward has been a little bit iffy. There's been times where the spiking has been minor, and then it goes back to normal for about 5 to 8 laps, but now it seems to be consistent lagging from this point forward, and it's certainly not the way we wanted to end our race here tonight at Michigan. We're going to continue to keep the cameras rolling and see what we capture and see what unfolds for round 27.
Make it to turn 1.
Yeah, it's a bit rough out there, I can tell, because now it seems like the connection issues are at their worst that they've been all race long, and it seems like it's consistently going to stay that bad and all the way until the checkered flags wave. Here we go, green again. And the driver out of France, Beam SKP, has pulled off the racetrack. He's no longer the host, so there's no way we can blame these connection issues on him at this point. And they're crashing again deep in the field, and we're under caution. Should have said just stating a point. Anyways. Well, we're doing our very best here, folks. 15 cars still scored on the lead lap. 18 cars started this race. 15 on the track as well. Everybody that's still remaining on the racetrack has a chance to win this one. The green flag has been shown, and into the restart zone they go. Here it all begins. Oh man, around goes the 7, the 22's around, the 13 is around. They're battling side by side for 5th and 6th. Alex Tesdall and Jeffrey, but Now the caution waves again. Landon Jenkins in the 77 car gained a few spots on that restart, and he is currently scored your race leader. How many laps to go, Alex? I can't wait for the checkered flag to wave.
17.
All right, so another 5 cautions and we'll be there. Honestly, I'm not even too sure if we can completely blame this on the connection of Beam SKP. I know that he's overseas, and I know that that's not ideal for him to be the host for this race, but everything was great in Stage 1. Everything was great for the first half of Stage 2, and then boom, everything changed, and now he's gone, and he's no longer the host, and he's not even in the lobby anymore, and it's still doing what it was doing. So I don't know if we fully place this on him. I think this goes back to a server issue. I really do.
As usual.
And I don't blame the drivers for assuming that's what the cause was. I really don't. It's a valid point. I just think with all the evidence that's been shown, I think that it goes back to a server issue. And we're going to be under caution again here. The Canadian Emily Sari, she almost sneaked her way through that. This race...
Someone just backed out or lost connection.
All right. Landon Jenkins. Yep. Line them up, rack them up. Let's roll again. Landon Jenkins, Destin Franklin, 1-2. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., Harold Burden, 3-4. Both looking for their first career Platinum Cup win. So is Emily Sari in the 62. She restarts in 5th. We are green again as they thunder into turn 1. Oh, Alex Tesdahl moved Emily up the track and into the side of Harold Burden. Timmy Brown now pokes his nose to the inside of Emily, but now Timmy goes for a spin. I think he hit the apron, and we're going to see a caution again here. And we do. Landon Jenkins doing a great job holding on to the lead through all of this madness. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is doing everything he can to inch his way closer and closer to victory lane for the first time in his Platinum Cup career. Harold Burden and Emily Sari
I didn't need to move to 62, but she was a lane and a half up on my screen.
How many laps to go?
11. So we'll restart with like
8.
9? 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something.
I don't really care. I just want this over.
It'll go 8, then down to 5, and then green, white, checkered.
The way this is looking, we'll have unlimited overtimes.
I hope not. I hope that everybody kind of somehow works their way through turns 1 and 2 on that green, white, checkered restart. It's a shame it's come to this because Michigan always provides us with some of the best racing throughout our season. 2, 3, and 4 wide with the lead pack all glued on top of each other. And I've had another error here. I'm down to my final invite here. I'm backing out and taking the last invitation that was given to me by the driver of the 17, Alex Tesdahl. They're restarting right now, and we'll be back for the final 2 restarts, if I'm not mistaken.
Another yellow.
Everybody on my screen disappeared to the pits, and that's been the common theme for me whenever I lose it. With the lobby, that seems to be what it looks like every time. So last invitation. This is certainly not going to be one of our better broadcasts, and that's an understatement.
This reminds me of my first career win, except we weren't lagging.
Yeah, it's a very similar vibe, And when this does happen, it does open the door for drivers who have never been able to get that first win to potentially have a chance to do that. And it's pretty much the only feel-good story that comes out of these kinds of races. Like, we've got Harold Burden up there trying to get his first win. We've got Emily Sari in the 62, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 18. They're all going for that first career Platinum Cup win, and they don't really care how they get it. They've come close so many times, and they're going to take one however they can. Here we go. Around goes the 3, deep in the field. He came back up the track, and right in front of the 7. I just received an invite from Ethan Hoekstra, so we might be safer now to make it to the end of the show. And if Ethan's watching, we appreciate your help. We really do. Thank you. We're still green, miraculously, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is on the inside of Landon Jenkins. It's huge if he can get the lead right now and be the control car on the restarts. He's going for it. There's no connection spiking right at this present time, and Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is the new leader. Oh, he went down low to block Landon Jenkins. He did a good job of that, and now the connection issues are beginning again. Josh Colm-Diaz went all the way down on the apron trying to take second away from Landon Jenkins, and he couldn't quite do it. He spun out on the apron trying. How many laps to go, Alex?
4 to go at the line. So they've already crossed it, so yeah, 4 to go.
Excellent. Connor Brown runs in second. Jordan Roughton in third. Landon Jenkins in the 77 runs in fourth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. is your leader, and he's trying to drive away with it. He's got a comfortable lead here with 4 to go. 3.5 laps to go. It's Razor in the 19 running in fifth. Harold Burden in the 12 running in sixth. Harold won stage 2, and he won the pole for this race, had high hopes for this race. Now finds himself with some ground that he's got to make up if he's going to have a chance to win. Now the connection issues starting a little bit again here. 3 to go. Jeffrey's the leader. Jordan Roughton just took second away.
Or actually, it's 2 to go. My math was off.
No problem. 2 laps to go. And yeah, I'll be honest, the connection spiking is gone. It's all perfect. The white flag has been shown. The next flag will end it. I can't believe what we're watching. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. has the lead. And no pressure from behind. It's about 4 or 5 car lengths back to the battle behind them, and they're not going to get there. It's opened up to about 7 or 8 car lengths now. The drought is over. The wait is over. Jeffrey Robinson Jr., a former NOSSCAR champion from NASCAR 15 and Supercross, he's going to do it. He wins the Motor City 400 at Michigan. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. captures his first career NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series win here on NASCAR Heat 5. He's done it. He was going to advance to the playoffs based on points anyways, but now he's going to arrive on the scene in the playoffs with a win under his belt and 3 more playoff points. Congratulations to the driver of the 18, the Juicy J Motorsports team owner. He's been in NOSSCAR for about 5 years now. And that first career Platinum Cup Series win is all his. What a wild race. And what a win for Jeffrey. It wasn't easy, and it wasn't without some controversy. A very clean Stage 1, a very clean and organized first half of Stage 2, and then after that, some connection issues plagued this race for quite some time. And then finally, it gave us one last moment in the sun. With 5 laps to go, stayed completely leg and connection error free. And we went to the checkered flags from there. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. parks in a victory lane for the very first time in his NASCAR Platinum Cup Series career. A job well done. And that's going to do it for the broadcast, folks. We're gonna go get ready for Daytona. Once again, congratulations to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. We can only imagine the emotions going through his mind right now.
Was this the last one?
And until next Monday, we say stay fast, folks.
Peach or strawberry, if there are any.